Does it feed you? Does it satisfy you as a person? What about writing and the phenomenon of putting words on a page makes you complete? Hey y'all, it's J.Swift, the poet. Of the 5 ways on how to be a better writer right now is to tell the truth. I struggle with that because I don't like to always be vulnerable, and I'm not really trying to share like all of my traumas and stuff with you. But as a poet, your vulnerability is the thing that works for you. Like, that's what draws people to you. Is your audience gonna find someone that understands their plight and understands what they go through, unless they can really resonate with a person who's telling the truth? If you want to be resonated with, you're gonna tell the truth. Here's an example. So I wear wigs, like a lot of wigs, and I have 4C hair. 4C hair type is the tightest hair type you could possibly have. It's extremely hard to manage, and like it's very difficult. And so when it comes to hair, I can resonate with people who have that issue. Other 4C hair girls who don't know like how to manage their hair. If I want to write a piece about hair, I'm gonna tell the truth and tell y'all I'm still trying to figure out how to manage my doggone hair. So although that might be something that you might not want to share, it's something that can help other people, so you want to go ahead and share it. if it's like not some top secret, you know. So yeah, be truthful. Number two, make a writing schedule. I hate scheduling my stuff, I honestly do, but once I started small, 2 poems a week. I would schedule time out of those weeks to make sure I would just be able to produce 2 poems a week by that Friday, you know. So that's not a huge thing. That's not a huge goal, but it is a goal. You want to work towards something. The whole point of a schedule is so you can know what you're working towards and know what you're trying to get to ultimately. So making a writing schedule will make sure that you're not like just not writing for a whole month. That's not okay, by the way. You suck. If you stop writing for more than 2 weeks, you're gonna start to suck. Like, you're gonna notice that words don't come to you as easily, if they ever did, you know. If you're a person like me and you always have to fight for your poems and fight to dig them out of the grime and try to get them like to the surface, what do you think waiting to write is gonna do? That's gonna make it even hard. The poems are gonna sink even more. You're gonna have to dig deeper. We don't have time for that. Number 3, learn the difference between page and stage. I have a whole nother video on this. Be checking my channel because I do these kinds of videos all the time. But page poetry and stage poetry are 2 different beasts. So you need to learn the difference between those, and that's gonna make you a better, more aware writer. Because if you write a page piece and then go on stage with it, and it's not a poetry recitation, it's not like a reciting thing, it's a poetry slam, but you have a page piece with you, it might not go great. Like, it might not resonate with the audience. And if you have a slam piece and you try to submit it to a literary magazine, it might not go the way you want it to go. So you want to learn the difference between the 2. Page pieces, they're made for the page. They're more syntactically careful. Stage, you want to have a rhythm. You want to have that internal music. You want to have those rhymes and punchlines and those yes honey moments that make people want to snap. So both of them require your truth, number 1, but I mean, they're different, girl. Number 4 is to commune with other poets. Everything on this list I feel like I struggle with too. I don't know. I'm talking to myself as well. So I'm an introvert. I don't want to be bothered. Like, I don't be wanting to be bothered, but you know, if you can get in touch with me, that means I really like you. Cause otherwise, honey, I people, but I don't just go out of my way to just be in the midst and in the mix anymore. But yeah, you want to make sure you're doing that. Like, it's not gonna help you in the poetry community to not be part of the community. You have to be communicating, like going to shows, meeting folks, even since we're, you know, quarantined now, going to those virtual shows and leaving comments, FaceTiming, setting up little times where you can meet with other writers virtually and kind of chop it up. What y'all been working on, this is what I've been working on, da 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 da. You know, you want to make some conversation, because if you're not conversating or conversing, if you're not conversing with other writers, you're not a part of the community, and that's not cool. So number 5, know what you're not good at so that you can focus on what you are good at. I am good at abstraction and rhythm of words, but I am not good at telling things plain spoken. Instead of saying it was raining, I'll say the water glided from the sky and washed away the sorrows that lay in the street. If you're good at plain speech, you don't want to force in all the splashiness necessarily, but you want to balance it. You just got to know what you're good at and what you're not. If you don't write in form, like haiku, tankas, villanelles, if you don't like that kind of thing, then stay away from form. But recognize that, you know, that form has its place, but you don't have to write in form if you don't want to. You can do free verse or, you know, found poetry. Just do what you're good at, all right? Finally, number 6, you have to have a reason why. Why are you writing? So it doesn't have to be some big noble reason. Oh, I'm writing so I can take down the establishment, and it's, you know, all my stuff is political and it's gonna change everything, which is, it's fine if you're an activist, that's great. You wanna have like a personal reason. It's gonna keep you writing when it gets tough, when it gets hard. Cause I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm just using the political thing as an example just cause I like to use examples and analogies, but when writing gets tough and the words don't come and you're upset, you're depressed, what's gonna keep you writing that political stuff? Like, I mean, it's your opinion and everything, but does it feed you? Does it satisfy you as a person? What about writing and the phenomenon of putting words on a page makes you complete? What about it completes you? You have to find your why that is separate from what you want to happen as a result of your poetry. Does that make sense? You know, I mean, if I want to bring world peace with my words, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful goal for me to have, but that's not going to help me if I'm really, really busy and just don't feel like writing at all. But if writing is my solace and that's how I get to know myself as a person, then I'm probably going to write no matter what. I'm going to have to write. So get you a reason to write. Maybe it's to deal with anger. Maybe it's to deal with your issues and work out your crap. I mean, yeah, just as long as you have that foundation, then you can stop yourself from being stilted and not writing anymore for whatever reason. All right, you guys, so thank you so much for listening to my How to Become a Better Poet Right Now type video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.